Hey guys, hello, hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am happy to be here with you, and Rizzo's kind of happy. It's storming. She's a little nervous, but she didn't want to miss her opportunity to be here and be a star. We were listening to Prince's Baby I'm a Star. She was very motivated by that, so that's why she's here. So guys, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you are ready to work, and but not to the boot camp level that we've been doing quite a bit lately, but it's still going to be a great workout, a perfect weekday workout where we let the timer do all the thinking for us and we just check out and let our body do all the effort. So what are you going to need today? Full weight selection. We're working lower body and upper body, so just go ahead and get yourself at least a light, medium, and a heavy, and have those close by. And then if you have a stability ball, the big, this guy, if you've got one of these on hand, then go ahead and have that too. We are going to use it today, but if you don't have that, no worries. You can basically do any other hamstring exercise. So I'll give you some options, but feel free to freestyle it for the non-stability ball option once we get there. And then you need your yoga mat, your floor support, because we are going to be doing several exercises in the floor today. That being said, there also is going to be some ups and downs out of the floor. But how you can modify that, especially in the lower body, let's see the front, the lower body set, it's just the last exercise, and then we get a little break before we start the circuit over again. So that one shouldn't be a problem. But in the upper body set, we do have an up, down, up, down. If that's a problem for you, if getting up and down out of the floor is painful for you, difficult for you, or makes you lightheaded, then just resort the order of the exercises and do the two in the floor together and the two standing together. I have them written like I do for a reason, but trust me, your safety is more important than the method I had behind why I wrote them in that order, okay? So I'll tell you the exercises once we get there, and you can just shuffle them up if you need to, okay? All right, so what are we doing today? We're doing short circuits. So what does that mean? We take our normal 8 exercise circuit that takes us about an hour to get through, and we shorten it down into 2 circuits. It's still going to take us hopefully under an hour to get through them, but what that does is give you 2 options. So if you are, one, a beginner and you're not ready for an hour work, or if you're in a hurry and you only have time for a 30-minute or so workout, you can take this video and do the first part as a 30-minute workout and save the second part as a 30-minute workout for later. So I thought this was a really great way to give yourself some options, and also to just sort of change the way we do our circuit. I've said this before, I'll do it really quickly. Let's say exercise 1's a deadlift. We do 8 exercises. By the time we get back up to that deadlift, those muscles are kind of relaxed unless we're doing like an all lower body circuit. And so by the time we get back up to that muscle, it's kind of out of work, so to speak, and we have to wake it back up again. Whereas if we do a short circuit where it's only 4 exercises, we're getting back to that exercise, back to that muscle group more quickly while it's still warm and still active. So just other ways to think about how we work our body, right? So we're going to do the same now as our normal circuit, 1 minute on, 20 seconds off. We've got 4 exercises. We'll go through all 4. We'll take a slightly longer break. We'll take about a 1.5 minute break. Do it again. We'll go through it 4 times. Then we'll take another nice long break once we get through, and then we'll do our second circuit. So at that point, if you're done for the day, you only wanted 30 minutes, you can just bail out and do the other 30 minutes later. As always, add music if you need it. Modify as you need it. If you don't know how to modify, and I don't cover it, please shoot me a comment and I will be happy to answer your question. I will put my head around at the camera after every 4 exercises. So if I miss how to modify something, I'll see it before we do it again and I can help you. And of course, as always, speaking of social media and Facebook, please, please, please like, share, subscribe, all of those things that you can do to get more people paying attention to us. You might not think it matters, but let me tell you the effect. What's today? Tuesday? Saturday's workout. No, what the heck day? Yeah, I guess Saturday's. Saturday's workout. Geralda, who is one of my personal training clients, shared my video on her page, I got at least 2 new likes right away, plus somebody commented that didn't come and like the page that I know of, maybe they did after the fact, but somebody commented on her share, and then I got to interact with them. So it might seem like it doesn't matter, but just one person shared on Saturday and got me 2 to 3 new followers. So please, 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 please help any way that you can. And lastly, speaking of help, if you would like to donate any funds for these classes, as a reminder, it is the only payment I receive for these classes. So anything you can give is greatly appreciated. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. You'll see this logo exactly, and so you'll know you found the right person. Anything you can give is greatly appreciated. But if you are not in a position to give, just know I still appreciate that you are here, and I'm happy to provide this service to you. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So our upper body set, we are going to need heavy weights for this. So we're going to do a front squat. I'll cover it all when we get there, don't sweat it. We're going to do a front squat, which is basically a squat with our chest nice and uplifted, holding a weight to the front. So that's going to be exercise 1. You'll need 1 heavy weight for that. Deadlift, we'll need 2 heavy weights for that. And then a bear squat, we need no weights for that. Hamstring rolls, no weights for that. So just grab yourself a pair of heavy weights. You'll only use 1 of them for the first exercise. You'll use 2. Now keep in mind when I say heavy, I mean heavy for you. What feels heavy for you today? So if I go pick up 2 25s, don't think that that's what I mean. Heavy for you, okay? So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water, grab my little peek at the video, and then we'll get started. Oh, and by the way, just real quick, guys, new set redesign, thanks to my amazing, amazing personal training client, Emily Goodman. She is a business partner, owner of Paget Business Services. I will give her a plug for sure for donating an incredible amount of workout equipment to me over the past few weeks that we got put together. So Emily Goodman is an angel, and if you have any business service needs such as accounting, taxes, things like that, payroll, she does it. So give me a shout if you need to be connected with someone like that. All right, guys, I'm going to take that quick peek at the video, and then we're going to get going. All right, guys, so we've got our front squat. I have to remember my weights now. We're on the other side of the space, so don't be shocked when you see me do this and then turn around this way. So let's go ahead and grab weights if you haven't already. I did have to readjust my space, so if you see me looking lost every now and then, it's just because things are a little different than what I'm used to. All right, so for our front squat, we're going to hold our weight here. Or if this is uncomfortable for you, you can also hold it here. And we're going to focus on everything about our squats normal. We're going to sit back into our hips. We're holding our weight here, but we're really going to focus on keeping that chest tall. So that's where we're going to start. I'm going to hit start on the timer. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Let's work. So stay tall. Woo! I stayed a little too tall. Good. So here we're just focusing on keeping that chest really tall. A lot of times when we squat, we kind of fold over. So we want to keep our chest up, up, up. This is going to shift the weight back into our quads. Guys, I haven't even talked about the theme of this workout, which is antagonists. So antagonists are muscles that work together in an opposite way. So what that means is one muscle has to relax for the other one to be able to work. So right now we're working quads. The antagonist of quads is your hamstrings. So your hamstrings have to release to allow your quads to work. Deadlifts, we've got a short break. So now we're going to work the opposite of our quads, which is our hamstrings. So now for our hamstrings to really engage, our quads have to let go. So our whole lower body set is going to be quads and hamstrings. Deadlift, we've got our feet hip width apart, little bend in our knees, flat back, iron those pants down. Shoot those hips back, squeeze everything everything to stand. Hips sit back. Notice I'm not squatting. Squeeze everything to stand. It's all about your hips pushing back and driving forward. If you feel this exercise in your quads at all, that means that you're doing this, that you're squatting. Hips shoot back like you're trying to touch the wall behind you. Stand. Keeping those weights right up against those legs. Iron those pants. If you feel pain in your lower back, most likely you are dangling your weights out in front of you. Perfect. All right, so we've got bear squats. We've done these a couple times recently. Super quad intensive. We're going to come up onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position, tuck our toes under. From here, we lift our knees up off the floor. We push our hips back, drive forward. Push our hips back, drive forward. If this is too much in your knees, you can come up higher. It won't be quite as intense, but it'll still be good. So you've got a couple choices. You can also kind of touch down or give yourself a break if you need to. Strong through those hands. Ooh, hello quads. From here we're coming down to the floor. Good, so just drop those knees, stay on the floor. We're gonna do hamstring rolls. We've done these a lot. If you don't have a ball, you can be in bridge and march. You can, let's go ahead and get this set up. You want your heels, right where your heels and your ankles kind of curve into one another on the ball. You're going to lift your hips, roll in, roll out, down, up, in, out, down, up, in, out. So you can do those bridges with the knee lifts. You could do just bridge. You could do mule kicks, hands and knees, stamping your foot on the ceiling. You could do standing mule kicks. So really, any hamstring exercise that you're feeling today, feel it. If you have sliders or sock feet, you can be in bridge and slide your feet out and in. That's actually an even more intense version of that exercise. So you could be in bridge with sliders under your feet and slide one foot out, one foot in, or both, or if you have sock feet, you could do that. That's more intense for sure, just know that. It's a modification, but only for not having equipment. All right guys, this is our break. So we got just a little bit over a minute. The first round is always tough because you have to learn what you're doing. No sweat. Now you've got it. We're just gonna start moving and grooving. So we'll go back to that front squat, weight to our chest, chest tall, still sitting back in those hips. I'm gonna pop around real quick. All right, looks like we're good. So yeah, just to explain, since I didn't really start with explanation, is that antagonists, opposite muscles. So bicep, tricep, it's great. We'll be doing that for upper body. So for your bicep to really work, your tricep has to relax. For your tricep to really work, your bicep has to relax. So it's fun to work them back to back because you're staying in muscles that work together and you're fatiguing muscles that work together. So it's sort of an interesting experiment in working out. So we'll be doing both of our sets will be antagonist muscles like that. All right, weight weight to our chest. Sit back, stay tall. You'll also notice, just because I really think about everything, that all these exercises are very similar to each other. So front squat, right, is all about the hips. We're sitting our hips back. When we do deadlift, it's again all about the hips. We're sitting our hips back. When we do the bear squat, we're bringing our legs out and in. When we do hamstring rolls, we're bringing our legs out and in, just from different directions. And you'll see when we get to the upper body, it's going to be the same. I'd say the front squat and the deadlift are probably the most different from one another, but the hamstring rolls and bear squat, almost exactly the same. I'll point it out when we get there. And then our upper body, really the same idea. So it's kind of cool. Little bend in those knees, flat back, hips push back, squeeze to stand. It's really kind of cool to think you can work opposing muscles by doing almost identical movements, just in different directions, basically. It's pretty neat. As I was writing it, I didn't even realize until I was more than halfway through what I had done as far as using similar muscle movements. I was like, oh wow, how cool is that? And now I'm a dork. Again, a little bit in those knees, hips come back, flat back brings you down. Squeeze it up. Perfect. All right, we've got those bear squats. So this is where you can really see how the movements are similar. Because here, we're basically rolling our tush in and out, right? And then we do the rolls, we're rolling our feet in and out. All right. Up on the hands and knees. Set it back. So we're hovering our knees above the floor. Again, we normally don't do these for a minute, so if you're getting really worn out by it, you can always take a break, set your knees down, push up, set back, knees down, push up, set back. Quads are on fire. Perfect. Hamstring rolls. So you see we're rolling our tush basically back and forth in that exercise, and then we roll over and we use the ball. We're rolling our feet to our tush. So we were bringing our tush to our feet. Now we're bringing our feet to our tush. All right, so we've got those feet. Okay, right where those ankles and calves kind of come together. We're going to lift, roll in, and down. You want to try to bring that ball as centered as possible, but it is not uncommon a time or two to kind of roll out to the side. It's all right. Just bring it back together. Core nice and tight. So you're working your tush, one, by lifting, and then that roll in. Normally when we do this for sets, not time, I encourage you to keep your hips lifted the whole time. But 1 minute, that's a really long time to do that. All right, guys. Round 2 is down. Come on up. Catch your breath. We got a 1.5 break. Whew. I'm sweating officially. So I hope that's the theme of this workout is making sense to you now. I know probably not nearly as many people care as I do about what the theme is, but I enjoy putting themes to the workout, so I'd like to let you guys know the method to my madness, so to speak. My people that train with me in person, especially my trio of ladies, they're always like, all right, what's the theme? Like, they want to know, and I love it. They're probably just being nice because they know I love it, but hi Cindy, hi Christina, hi Val. All right, guys, we have about 35 seconds. I'm going to poke my head around the camera, and we'll get started with front squats again. All right, 15 seconds. Make sure you've caught your breath. Whew. Front squats are coming up. I'm going to go ahead and load my weight up. Right. Weight comes up. Again, chest stays tall. Everything else, though, just like you know it. Just really want to focus on staying tall here, not folding over. The more we fold over, the more this becomes a glute exercise. Guys, make sure that you're holding that weight nice and close. You don't want it sitting on your chest. You don't want to hold it out here either. Your arms and shoulders will be exhausted. 10 seconds. Whew. All right, deadlift. Remember, guys, always, always keep those weights ironing those pants down. If we have heavy weights and we let them dangle out, it's all lower back. It's no good. So if you have lower back pain in deadlifts, evaluate where you're holding your weight. All right, a little bend in those knees, flat back, hips drive back, stand. And guys, it is not about how low you get the weights. Only go, my guide, as I go until I feel my hamstring and my glute muscles kick in, and that's where I stop. So it's not about how low you can get. That has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's about where do you feel your hamstring and glutes activate, and that's where you stop and squeeze. Feel it activate, and where do you feel it activating? Squeeze. Perfect. All right. Bear squats. Woo. These are intense, you guys. And I also understand that if you have knee pain, this might be a no-go, no matter how much you lift your hips, no matter how much you set your knees down. I totally understand that. So weigh your risk reward. If the risk is too high, do something different. If front lunges feel good for you, do front lunges. That isolates your quad. If that's too much or doesn't feel good, then you can do front leg raises. Or you can do those quad lifts that we've done before, where we sit with our legs extended and squeeze our quads and lift our legs. I'm fully aware these are not for everybody. can do them though. Talk about isolation. There was a very long time, in fact, when I first learned that exercise, it was an absolute no-go. Absolutely not. All right, at those roll-ins, remember we have all those alternatives if you don't have the ball. You've got mule kicks. You've got the slide-ins with sock feet or with sliders. You've got bridge marches, or bridge knee-ins. You've got just bridge, if that's what you're up to today. You've got standing mule kicks, standing rear leg lifts. The sweat is real. I don't think I have a ring just yet. It's coming though. So our healthy break. We're about 1:15 right now. Catch your breath, reset. We've got one more round. And then if you're only doing 30 minutes today, that'll be your cutoff. Or if you're sticking with us for the hour, just hang out. We'll take about another 1.5 or so break, and then we'll get into the upper body set. Still got almost a minute, no rush. All right, I'm going to peek on the video real quick. Lovely, lovely. So yeah, I'll have to, I think Charlie did a Facebook post and tagged my fitness page, but I'm not sure if that makes it public for you guys to see it. But he posted a picture of all the new, there's a bunch of stuff you can't see. There's some stuff you can see that's new to the set, but there's a whole other thing basically between me and the camera that you guys can't see. It's pretty amazing. I'll have to post that picture so you guys can see it. I think we basically have enough. I can hold like a small training group here if we wanted to. If anybody's crazy enough to work out in a hot garage like me. Last time for these squats. So make it count. You go a little bit lower. Maybe you can't, but maybe you can. All right, dead lifts. Whew. 10 seconds. All right, feet hip width apart, little bend. Iron those hands. Go back, back, and you're trying to bump the wall. Squeeze. And guys, these weights are just in your hands, so don't feel the need to do anything extra at the top, like shrug or anything like that. Awesome. Last deadlifts. Notice I turned to set the weights here. I'll adjust. Just a year plus with them over here. All right, bear curl, or bear squats, I should say. All right, cover those knees. Push. Keep that head nice in alignment. Don't stare down at your knees. Hang in there, guys. You got it. Core nice and tight. Drive through those feet. Push back through those hands. Drive through the feet. Push back through the hands. Wonderful. All right. Set it down. We've got those hamstring rolls. Woo. It might be a short circuit, but it does not lack intensity. All right, got all your variations, or you're right here with me. Lift your hips, roll, back, lift, roll. Hamstrings on fire. I always talk about how this one never seems to get easier. It is intense after years. Woo! That is it, guys. Short circuit 1 complete. Bring it on up. All right, so I don't have a break on the timer, but we won't take long. Let's catch our breath, kind of reset, and then we'll get started again. So, take a moment. Now, you don't want to get cool. If you're sweating anything like me, you're not going to get cool in a minute and a half. But just make sure that you don't cool off completely. So if you're somebody who, if you didn't get too fired up by the workout, then stay really active right now. Do a little jog in place, something like that. If you're nice and fired up, warm, have some sweat going, then just a little step touch will be fine. We're not taking a huge break. So next up, we'll go ahead and talk about it, and then we'll get to it. So remember, I'm going to go over all 4 exercises, and we're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. If that's problematic, just resort the exercises and do it all up, all down. I have it written in a certain way because, again, we're doing opposing muscle groups. So I have one muscle, then the opposition, one muscle, then the opposition. So that's why I have it written that way. But again, if that's not right for you, it's not right for you. Don't worry about it. So we're going to do bench press on the floor, bench press. So that's working our pec major. And then we're going to do a wide row. So notice almost the exact same movement. Bench press, we're laying on the floor. Wide row, we're standing. Same movement. One's just pushing up, the other's pulling back. We're working pec major with our bench press. With our wide row, we're working rhomboids. Okay? So exact same movement here. Then we're going to do bicep curl, standing. We're going to do hammer curl. And then on our backs, we're going to do skull crushers to work triceps. Again, same muscle, bicep curl, skull crusher. Same motion, just changing our body position changes the muscle we're working. Isn't that cool? I told you it'd be way more obvious with the upper body section. So, you kind of got your layout of your workout. So if you're not going to go up, down, you do bench press, skull crusher, wide row, bicep curl. Okay? All right, so you're going to need probably, I'd say medium weights would get you through. Skull crusher, depending on your tricep strength, you might need a lightweight. Just depends on where you're at. So I'm going to grab my appropriate weight, check the video, and then we'll get started. The only thing I'm not sure I can use 15s for is the skull crusher. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. All right, reset our timer here. 4, 4, 4, beautiful. All right, I'm going to pop on the video real quick and then we'll get started. All right, beautiful friends. So, we've got bench press first, so that's going to be down in the floor. So meet me there. And again, if you've got heavy weights for your bench press, please set them on your knees and then kick them back so you're nice and safe, okay? And then, if you bench press with me anytime in the near future, you've heard this, but I just want to make sure that we're all doing this safely. Bench press, a lot of us do it this way, where our elbows are right in line with our shoulders. Kind of prevailing school of thought is that is not the safest way to do it, and that we want to be more to 45-degree angle. If you notice, when you're here, I didn't grab my timer, I'll do that. When you're here, your shoulder feels really open and exposed, right? When you come down this way, your shoulder is more close to your body, so it's safer. Your chest puffs up a little more, right? And you can engage those shoulders behind you too. It's a beautiful thing. Give it a try. So I'm going to pop up and hit the timer. You guys go ahead and get started. I'll meet you down here. We're going to go in 3, 2, and 1. Let's work. It's also starting to storm here, so hopefully we don't lose power or anything like that. Whew. All right. Beautiful. Set those down. And if you're coming up, come on up. If you're staying in the floor, you're going to move on to skull crushers, okay? I'm going to be here in wide row. All right, so wide row, we're going to be out. This actually might be a little too heavy for me, maybe. So wide row, we're here, out in front, shoulders back, chest wide. And we pull wide. I feel like I could do that for reps, but for a minute, I'm not sure that's the right choice. Wide row, so really squeeze in those muscles around your spine, between your shoulder blades. Definitely a good decision to go down. Whew. All right. So bicep curl. So I'm remaining standing. So I guess I didn't write up, down, up, down. I wrote down, up, down. All right, bicep curl coming up. So we're doing hammer curls. Shoulders back and down, elbows into your sides, straight up and down. And again, this is a minute, longer than we normally do. So if at some point you need to start alternating, that's okay. If you need to drop your weight to a lighter weight, that's okay. Keeping those elbows locked in. Don't swing the weights up. Especially common when you're lifting heavier, especially if you're lifting heavier than you should be. We'll feel the need. We'll have to swing them to get them up. So if you're going to swing your weights to get them up, the weights are too heavy. All right, so we've got skull crushers here. So we'll come down to our back. Elbows come in line. We got kind of making two 11s out of our shoulders here. Plug those shoulders back. We bend at the elbow, straighten. Guys, please be careful with your weight selection here. Skull crushers aren't just a clever name. You are dropping weights towards your face. So please, please, please be careful. And make sure you choose weights that you know you can handle. Should be our break. Set those weights down, stretch out if you need to. If you don't want to get up, if you're comfortable here, you don't want to get up, you can stay here because we're going right to bench press at the end of our break. So you're welcome to stay on the floor if you want to. So I hope you guys see how I was saying chest press on the floor, wide row, standing, same motion, working different muscles. Bicep curl, skull crusher, thunder. All right, we got just over 45 seconds. I'm gonna check on the video real quick. It's making some nice ambience for us, right? All right, I'm gonna come on down, start getting set up for my bench press. And so guys, I definitely encourage you, even if you're like, nope, Tracy, I've been bench pressing directly out of my shoulder for 10 years and it's wonderful, just give it a shot. The 45-degree angle approach. See what you think. You might find one of two things. One, if you've only been doing bench press to build your chest and you've been doing it right out of your shoulders way, you might find that you don't feel as strong because you haven't really been working the right part of your chest or the part you intended toward. Or because you're in such a more comfortable, strong position, you might find that you're stronger than you think in chest press. So you could go one way or the other. For me, as you guys know, I have this chronic right shoulder that just nags and nags and nags, and I think it's years of bench pressing and push-ups the way I'm advising you to avoid now. When I do them this way, it doesn't hurt my shoulder. I got to the point where I couldn't do 15s in my bench press anymore. I've done 15s in my bench press for a long time, and I couldn't anymore. It hurt every time I did it. And now, unless I've really, really got tired, I can do 15, no problem, pain free. So something to think about, a little food for thought there. All right, we've got those wide rows. So we're here, pulling back, just like our bench press. Guys, make sure you're keeping those shoulders and that chest open. So, we're here, chest open, shoulders back. We're not slouched forward. Like we're sitting at a computer, we're looking at our device. Tall, heart shines forward. And it's hard. You might have to reset yourself after every rep. Our bodies are so naturally inclined to slouch forward nowadays. Seconds. Whew. All right, bicep curls. Coming up next. Still sweating. I know it's humid as heck here with the heat and the storms. So maybe it's just me and my new air conditioning. All right, bicep curls. We got those hammers straight up. And really think about when you get to the top, extra little squeeze. Remember, if you need, you can alternate. It's starting to get a little too heavy for you. Alternating is perfectly fine. Or, of course, drop into a lighter weight, always an option if you need to. You can also slow the pace down some, just if you have to slow down to the point there's like 5-10 seconds between every rep. It's time to drop the weights. All right, come on down. We've got our skull crushers. Shoulders down, nice and long neck, and plug those shoulders back into the floor. Down. Again, if you want to stay on the floor, you are welcome to. That's the end of round 2, and we'll be going right to bench press after our break. So you're welcome to stay on the floor if you want. So I hope you guys are enjoying this kind of opposing muscle group idea. Basically doing the same motions, just changing our position to get different results. It's a pretty cool concept, I gotta say. I did this a lot when I first started doing the videos. I was really into the opposing muscle group concept, and I did a lot of these videos for a while. So I gave it a break, but then I thought it would be fun to bring it back for some short circuits. And I just love the short circuits idea. Let me check on a video real quick. Yeah, I just love the short circuits idea because, you know, I like to work out for an hour. It's what I like to do. I like to work out, and I feel like I've made it to the gym. Might as well do it as long as I can, right? But I understand that's not for everybody. So all of my videos are just naturally, without really me thinking about it, have been an hour. And definitely, you know, started thinking and was like, man, probably really should do some shorter videos, but I don't want to work out for just 30 minutes most days. So what can I do? And these short circuits were a great way to kind of compromise, to give you choices, you know? All right, bench press. So when I get to the bottom, I'm really engaging my shoulders behind me so my chest kind of puffs up, and then squeeze that chest to bring the weights together. So you're really opening that chest and then closing it off. Opening that chest, closing it off. Perfect. Nose down. Come on up for our wide row next. Man, might only be 4 exercises, but woof. All right, wide row. Shoulders back, chest open. Lean it forward. Lead with those elbows, and really think about those muscles between the shoulders that run down your spine. You're rolling those muscles, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Again, keeping those shoulders and chest open. Don't allow everything to fall forward. Tall and proud. Shining your heart forward. 10 seconds. All right, bicep curl. Man, oh man. Like I'm just at a loss of words. I'm just like, woo, woo, woo. Bicep curl. Nice tall, long spine. Shoulders open. Okay, think about that little extra squeeze at the top. One, two. 3, 4. It's a great muscle building pace. Ooh, they're getting heavy for me, but we're under 10. Keep going. Bring it down. Skull crushers coming up. Get arms straight up. Open that chest. those triceps. Awesome, guys. We have got one round left. We are in the home stretch. 4 minutes total of work. That is all we got left. Just do whatever you need to get yourself ready for this last round. Give your shoulders a little pep talk, chest a little pep talk. My little right shoulder thing is definitely, it was angry before I ever started. It's definitely barking at me a little bit. So if you see me kind of keep shifting my shoulders while I'm down on the floor, just trying to protect, stay safe. We've got 45 seconds, guys. I'm going to check on the video real quick. Wonderful. About 30 seconds. So, testimony, right? That circuits aren't easy. I don't know why circuits get this crazy rep for being like, oh, it's just a circuit, or circuits, that sounds too easy. People are crazy. You've never tried one if you think it's too easy. All right, get yourself set up for that bench press. It's just about time. All right. This weight's over our chest. Down. Squeeze up. Open that chest. Close it. Open. Close. Work, guys. I know they're getting heavy for me. I'm right there with you. Woo! Last bench press you have to do today. Up to those wide rows. It's always the fun part about the last round, right? Last time I have to do that. Last time I have to do that. Checking them off the list. Shoulders back and down. Sit it back. Again, making sure you're keeping that heart shining forward. Squeezing those big, awesome muscles around that spine, between those shoulders. Woo! Weights are getting heavy, y'all. We're under 10. All right, bicep curls. We are almost there. 2 exercises left. Biceps, triceps. Oh, there comes a little Rizzo. Here comes Rizzo. Hi. You here to cheer us on for our last round? Thank you. That's a good girl. Hi, Rizzo. You're being very brave. She hates storms. You're being so brave. You protecting us. Keep breathing, guys. Hang in there. Ooh, if you're anywhere near where I am, these weights feel like they're 40s. We are at 10 seconds. You got this. One more, squeeze it in. Woo! All right. Skull crushers. Finale. We are gonna be done. I'm coming down to see you, Rizzo. You sweet girl. Hi. Thank you. You're a very good protector. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, watch out, watch out. All right. Let's go, guys. Last set. All about that bend in the elbow. We try to make this exercise too complicated sometimes. Literally straight arm, bend elbow. I see all sorts of people try to throw in extra motions. I'm not even going to show you because I don't want you to have it in your head. But just know, it's just bending the elbow. Ding, ding, ding! That is time, my friends. Woo! We have did it. We have completed 2 short circuits, or 1 short circuit. If you cut this in half, it did a 30-minute workout. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a lot of different things to think about in this one. We had our opposing muscle groups. We had basically how to do the same motion from different angles to work different muscle groups. And then we had the concept of 2 short circuits versus 1 long one. So there was a lot going on here in a super short workout. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And just always remember, these short circuits are a great option if you're looking for something and you don't have time for an hour. You can always come back to any of these short circuits. I think this is the 4th or 5th one that I've done to get a 30-minute workout. I'm going to tell you up front what circuit 1 and circuit 2 is so you can pick. So it's perfect when you're looking for something quick. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. Quick heads up, I will not be here on Saturday. I have a wedding to attend. It's at 11, so there's no possible way to do a video at 10, and I can't do it any earlier because I have personal training clients before. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to cancel for Saturday. No worries. I will be back in a week with another workout for you guys. And as always, thank you so much. Please like, share, subscribe. As I mentioned, it really does make a difference. I saw it in action just a few days ago. So anything you can do there, or if you would like to donate any funds for these classes, again, it is the only payment I receive. Venmo at Strong Style Fit is where you'll find me. Guys, thanks so much. I'll see you in a week. You guys take care. Mwah.